My name is Ahmed Saidi, the co-founder and CEO of Sellenvo. And in this presentation, I am going to talk about how we are spending all these years building knowledge about how to use keywords, titles, and how the game is changing now. I spent the last 15 years building software integrations, hundreds of them across multiple e-commerce and marketplace ecosystems. Big part of my work has been always about making different systems understanding each other's. But today, there's something bigger than that. It's no longer system are talking to each other's. It's AI need to understand your product as a seller. And what I want to talk about today is the quality of structured data that maybe soon change how much it will affect your all understanding about keyword, bids, PPC strategies, and all. You know, as a sellers, you may spend enormous amount of time optimizing keywords, bids, campaigns, PPC clicks. And in my opinion, this is only the final layer. Usually, if your product underneath is not properly structured, you're optimizing the wrong problem. So most of the sellers start advertising, I believe, need to start in the product data, not the advertising. So once you do that, I believe you need to start optimizing your product data. That will make sure that your PPC not even function effectively, or only also the underlying listing is will be more engaging with AI and all the new technology we are talking about. For example, if your product data is not ready, you cannot even having a functioning effectively PPC campaigns, underlying listing, for example, unavailable, or some of the data is missing, and all of that. In my opinion, before you start increasing your PPC expense, you have to start auditing your listing. And there are 5 things you need to start to look at before even you start your PPC campaigns. First, you need to make sure all your attributes are complete and they are channel specific and matches the machine-readable structure that the AI need to understand. Same thing goes for category, then title, images, and inventory. In Sellenvo, this is what we are doing. We are creating and validating the channel-specific attributes, titles, description, resolving common listing problems, all of that in one button fix. I'm really like this analogy. I always explain to people. So in the past, trying to put this in a simple word. Imagine you want to buy a pair of shoes that you want them for mountains, for example. So in the past, you as a buyer, what you are going to do, you just go to Amazon, start searching Google or Amazon and saying mountain boots, right? And we as sellers are competing against keywords, SEO, PPC to appear first. And now how users are doing, they are not actually using neither Google or Amazon just to search that. They are actually using ChatGPT or Gemini and all of those AI agents. And they will ask question like, what boot should I buy for hiking mountains X in Spain in January, for example? So the AI understand the context, not just the keywords. And it's infers for everything needed for that specific mountains. For example, that mountain need a waterproof, anti-slip, strong grip, ankle support boot. And here, what is the important part? You will never search as a seller for all of those attributes, right? But agents do. And they are using those structured data to make sure all these are included in your changes. Same goes for advertising. It's no longer only about matching the right keywords. It's also increasingly about having the right product data, matching with customer real intent. PPC is no longer keywords and title. They are now intelligent product data intent behind it. For example, let me ask a simple question. Which one of those items will be used for customer to make sure that they understand what they are really need? So a structured data properly for a product will means when they are searching in any of the machine readable content with AI agent will make sure that it will show your product first, not just depending on the SEO or the right keywords. And so what does all this have to do with Amazon PPC? So today, PPC mainly asks which keywords we want to bid on. AI can understand much more richer intent if you allow it. The more platform understanding your product, the more shopper can find your product based on their intent. And mostly now, a more sophisticated matching become the norm, even in Amazon and other platforms. That's why we are talking about not just the regular work of keywords and titles. It's more deep than that. So a lot of sellers now use AI, for example, to write their title, bullet point, and PPC keywords. That's useful. Don't get me wrong. But this is just the surface layer. Deeper opportunity is turning product into structured data. And Sellenvo generate channel-specific attributes and keep record structure for agent-to-agent workflows. And this is where we are doing things much better. And if you have a fantastic an advertising console, you still maybe have even bad business decision. For example, your product have poor margin, or it's about stock out or generate expensive returns, anything like that. So it's not just using the structured data to make sure that you are accessing more user intent access. It's also about removing all those risks when you are doing avoiding, for example, returns, or because the more data out there, the customers will be more taking the right decision to choose the right product. And Sellenvo is not just doing that, so also doing everything about your multi-session environment as it connects every sessions you are using, including Amazon, eBay, all of these other Shopify, all of those different marketplaces, and it's managed your whole cycle as a seller before selling and after selling. Things like in sales, inventory, profitability, automation, and also advertising data. We are not treating it as an isolated process. We put it in all environment that calculate your profit, make sure that it tell you the right replenishment. It just give you a much better insights for everything you are doing. And before I'm jumping to the last slides, I want to show you how you can create one product using Sellenvo with the way that you could be helping you to have a much better results, especially if you are looking to have a structured data. So the first thing you need to do in Sellenvo to create a product is choosing the right type. Here, for example, standard, variant, or bundle. Let's just make a standard variant, a product. And then, sorry, a variant product. And once you are starting doing that, you will ask what is the source of information for that product. Is it a product on live on Amazon? Is it a barcode? Is it a catalog in Chinese? It doesn't matter. Or it's just a simple image. This says just a simple one. And you can do this bulk or just do it by single. Just let's try to do just a single product. And in this example, for example, we're trying to do this nice t-shirts with different colors. And what you need to do is just to do all the products in one zipped file and upload them to Sellenvo. And Sellenvo will start building those structured data. You could actually create your own structured data or use an existing one. Sellenvo will start guide you what would be the right choices for the structured data that would works across sections. These could be products that could be generated by AI and with a specific rate of accuracy we are anticipating. Let's just try to, for the sake of this example, try to do only the one with the highest accuracy. Okay, I think that's enough. And then moving to the part where we're doing color and size, and then that's it. We can add some kind of instructions here, and that's it. That's what we need to create the structured data that works in every single other session. It's not just Amazon, it almost works for everything. So once that is done, we are going to the next step, which is analyzing everything about your product and start building those structured data. As this is happening in the background, it will also generate the other part of the information, which is, for example, here the color and size. For example, it's already figured the color and size, but not the color, but not the size. So let's say this is small and medium and large. And then applying and preview. And now start creating your product with all the details needed. So let's assume these are the right quantity and everything. So the next thing you are finished with so as you can see, it's created different titles specifically for each of those variants. So the next thing will be confirming and creating the product. And once this product is done, I can show you an existing product as well. If we go here and try to look at the structured data, for example, for the catalogs, this one doesn't. You will be seeing all the structured data you need to different marketplaces, and it does not, close only on the attributes and structured data. It's pretty much everything needed for your business with a richer content. So basically, create the whole product as one click, as you can guys see. And the next thing will be generating the sales channel that you want to sell on. Say that we are selling in Amazon and Shopify, for example. You can choose other sessions and use AI list. And now it's just start working in the background to make sure that everything about this listing is going to match what the sales channel would be working. And that's it. That's how you can create a proper structured data inside Sellenvo. And I believe once you are having all these information going to the right sessions, it will be much easier to make sure that you have a proper structure that understand not only the keywords and titles, and also understand the intent. Last thing I want to talk about is for this webinar, we are offering a Healthy Check Plus 1 month for Sellenvo for free. Just scan your, let me just make this bigger to scan it. Just scan this code and mention that you are coming from SellerMate, and we are going to give you right away the free check and as well as the 1 month free subscription. Thank you.